everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned into the NFL on EA Sports. Both middle linebackers in today's matchup will be looking for opportunities to make plays for their defense. It's the Broncos going up against the Chiefs. For the call, let's send you out to the broadcast booth, where we'll join our commentators, Brandon Guyton and Charles Davis.
Larry, as always, it is a frenzied atmosphere inside Arrowhead Stadium in Kansas City. The scene just a few moments ago, predictably loud and raucous here at Arrowhead as their beloved Chiefs took field, and they are set to match up with the Denver Broncos. And hi again, everybody, with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Guyton, and you know, Charles, as we count down a kickoff here, normally we look at quarterbacks or running backs in the open. We had a look a second ago at the linebacker comparison, and you think it's well justified.
I love it because they're the guys who control the game from the middle on defense. They're the signal callers. They're also the guys that you count on stuffing the run game with great tackling, but they have to be agile in today's football, being able to drop into coverage or even cover running backs in man-to-man.
It took a late fumble to seal the victory last year. What's in store this time around? The Broncos and Chiefs are underway from Arrowhead. Akeem Hunt now to return. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Out comes the Kansas City offense. There's a look at Alex Smith. He and the crew, they lost Oakland this last week in a heartbreaker, that instant classic of a game. But Alex Smith did his thing again, Charles. Over 300 yards, 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, and they lost to Oakland, snapping 11-game winning streak against the AFC West. And their second loss in a 4-game span because they lost to Pittsburgh the previous Sunday. But still, is Alex Smith not a top candidate for NFL MVP right now?
Well, you've been saying it since the beginning. He looks so good.
I still say it. The most confident quarterback in the league based on where he came from. And I still think that he and Kansas City are going to make a lot of noise before this one's over.
On 1st and 10, Smith. And his first pass is incomplete. Kansas City's offense taking the field, and let's talk about that offense, what they've done in the NFL this season. Hunt and Hill in particular. Hunt has now hit 1,000 yards from scrimmage. He did that this last week against the Raiders.
Now, he set a record last week, 6 straight games over 100 yards to start a career. He's now extended it to 7 straight games doing that. And Tyreek Hill, no pass really can be overthrown to Tyreek Hill when he decides to go get it. It looked like it was gone. He got it, turned into a 68-yard touchdown.
Now the rookie from Toledo, this is Kareem Hunt. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. And here's a look at the defense for Denver.
And they've kept the core intact from the unit that won Super Bowl 50. Secondary, still a strong suit. Number 1 against the pass in 2016. They've ranked 4th overall in total defense, so they haven't dropped off at all. They're hoping to get some more consistent play from their offense to get them back to the Super Bowl.
So now an early 3rd and 10 here on their opening drive. Throwing on 3rd down, Smith. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Brandon Marshall with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. On 4th down, on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And the Broncos take over. 1st down and 10. So before Denver takes their first snap on offense, let's look at Trevor Siemian, who had a rough day last week, 25 of 35. That doesn't sound all that bad, but lost a fumble and interception. He was also sacked 5 times.
Didn't get a lot of help from the running game either because they were held to just 69 yards, which included Trevor Siemian's 14 with his legs. So that's not a good game for them. In fact, the Chargers were ranked 32nd in the league. That's dead last in rushing defense prior to the game. First opponent they held under 100 yards in 2017. So that was tough for Denver.
Now a carry. It's C.J. Anderson. And he'll get this up to about the 40. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. And let's look quickly here at the Denver offense.
A team that was consistently in the top 5 just a few seasons ago. They finished 27th overall in offense in 2016. A combination of uncertain line play and inconsistent quarterbacking, I think, led to that ranking.
Second down following the run. From the gun, here's Siemian. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. I think defensively you're okay with that. Here in the first quarter, he's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to pick up first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Let's go! On first down, it's Siemian. And his throw here's incomplete. Virgil Green is tied in, the intended receiver. That'll bring up second down. And let's take a look at the defensive starters for Kansas City.
Ranking 24th overall in total defense is not something that excites Kansas City, but they offset that in a big way in 2016. They forced 33 turnovers, which led the league by 3, and ended up plus 16 in turnover margin, which tied for first in the NFL, which helped lead them to a playoff run.
10 yards still left on second down. Siemian. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be third down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. Siemian throwing again. That's complete. It's Charles. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field.
Illegal forward pass. Offense.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
Now the second-year man from Syracuse, Riley Dixon, on to punt. Tyreek Hill back deep for Kansas City. And that will bounce out of bounds before they can get a return going. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. They're going to have to go at least 50, 60 yards here if they want to ensure that they don't have to punt the ball like they did last time.
Yeah, so what you're saying is we're not playing to just get out of the shadow of your own goal line, right? You're playing to make sure the punter doesn't see the field again. So it's not picking up a couple of first downs. You want to pick up 5 or 6 first downs and make sure you move the ball into their territory.
And tough starting field position here. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he will forge his way forward only up to the 2-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Well, he's looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
See if they stay on the ground for 2nd down. They run again with Hunt, and he's going to lose yardage back to his own 1-yard line. It'll be a loss of 1, and all of a sudden here it's 3rd down.
They've got to do a better job up front and create some space because they are right there, almost literally on their own goal line.
Just a couple of feet away from a safety. That could have been disastrous. They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the end zone, Smith. And going deep for Hill. He's got a man complete. The 40, 30, 10, and all the way in for a Kansas City touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 99 yards. And the Chiefs are going to take a first-quarter lead. So how about that for a backbreaker? Again, 99 yards.
And how about the audacity of the play call? When you're backed up that close to your goal line, usually you're just trying to run some type of a wedge play, a quarterback sneak, a dive, anything to try and create some room and take care of the ball. But that's confidence in your offensive line that they'll protect the guy throwing it, and he finds his guy for 99 yards. I love what they just did.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. And his kick is good to make it 7-0 KC. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at his 4. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. So the Broncos coming out now and hoping to do better than they did their last possession when they punted the football.
Appeal to the vanity of your offensive line. Tell them that they control your fate. Leverage guys. Win the line of scrimmage. If you do that, you start to win first down. You win 2nd down. And guess what? You start accumulating first downs. And that's what they need in order to not punt the ball again.
They start the drive with Anderson. Oh, what a move. And he finds some space past the 25 to the 27. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They've got to feel pretty good about that one.
again. Anderson. Always got some breathing room. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. 18 big yards on that one, and a Denver first.
Absolutely love the run right there. This guy's known for his quickness, but also for his speed, and he's able to get to the second level almost before you blink if you give him any type of blocking. Always talk about slot receivers, and they're usually known as quicker than fast. In this case, we've got a guy who's quick and fast, and he used it to great advantage.
So the run gets him the first, and now they operate with a fresh set of downs. They give it to Anderson. Trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially no gain on the play, and it's second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Tough for Chiefs fans to watch this. Here's Jamal Charles on the carry. And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
Yeah, that was a safety that came through and made the play, but there's no doubt in my mind, he hits like a linebacker, and we see a lot of that in today's NFL, don't we?
And that time we do indeed. A big hit for a loss. And an extra DB here for the Chiefs on 3rd down.
Pass situation.
A shotgun snap for Simeon. And some space here. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. It's a gain of 20 and picking up the first. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And some room to roam now. That's good for 21 yards and a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. From the red zone now, Simeon toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Well, not to get too overcritical there because he knows what he's doing, but his shoulders looked a little off kilter there when he threw that.
I don't think you're being overly critical there. You're just analyzing it, and he gets those shoulders right, that pass will go from incomplete to complete.
On second down, Jamal Charles. And this time he's going backwards. So after the no gain on the last attempt, here they get him behind the line.
Count me as a little bit surprised by what we just saw there because this has been a pretty long drive, and normally you think that wears down a defense. In this case, looked like the offensive line let him down a little bit.
They allowed the penetration and the ability to stuff him for a loss. Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Gun, Simeon. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. 90 catches, close to 1,100 yards last year for Thomas. For most guys, that'd be incredible. For Thomas, those numbers his lowest since 2011.
Well, he does have his old offensive coordinator back, so I'm sure he's expecting to get back to his former levels of play.
They'll run. Anderson. And he gets halfway home from the 4 down to the 2-yard line. Be interesting to see now what they do offensively down near the goal line after not much there that time.
As the offensive play caller, that may change your sequence now. Instead of coming right back with a running play, you may have to go to the air.
Well, just play after play after play on this long drive for the offense. Second and goal from the 2-yard line. They run. Anderson. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. C.J. Anderson taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Broncos are an extra point away from tying the football game. And he was excellent on that drive. He deserved to be the one to get across the chalk.
Oh, I agree with you totally. A workhorse on the drive. And how about that last decisive run to punch it in?
On here, Brandon McManus for the point after. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. A pretty long drive that time. 11 plays all told. And it's C.J. Anderson who tops it off with the touchdown run. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. And out come the Chiefs now. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
To begin the drive, here's a handoff to Hunt. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be second down. We haven't seen much from him running the football here in this first quarter.
No, you're right about that. We haven't seen much of him at all so far. They've stacked him up pretty well. But when you're trying to run the football, sometimes you got to play the long game. Keep handing it to him. And some of those runs that aren't working now, they turn into 6, 7, 8, and maybe more later on.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Hunt. And he'll be brought down here at the 28. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean, or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
Now Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
It's a great job by this secondary. When I watch them, they remind me of elite defenders on a basketball court, right? They want to contest each and every pass.
Great contest on third down to bring up fourth. Here's Dustin Colquitt now. On for his second punt. He'd take a repeat of his first. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. 47-yard punt, a return of 4. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Broncos offense now gets ready to head back onto the field. The last possession, these guys were able to tie the game with a touchdown, and now they'll have a chance to move out in front.
Yeah, let's give a big assist to the defense who got the ball back. The special teams went out there, handled things. They've got it. They've got momentum. I know they're eager to get out there and put it on display.
Here's Anderson as they begin this series on the ground. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
Doesn't matter who you're rooting for in this game. The effort of the man with the football, getting away from one and trying to turn forward and get some yardage, I really liked what he did there.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. They run it again with Anderson. And an alley to run. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. Give them 14 yards there and a Denver 1st down. Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
1st down and 10 now for the offensive group. Simeon. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. That one goes for 24 yards.
He's come a long way since his time at Georgia Tech. What did he run at Tech? He ran hitches and go routes, essentially.
Yeah.
I mean, but he ran them really well. He averaged well over 20 yards a catch while he was there. And he still creates downfield in the NFL. That big body and that willingness to go catch the football. He's pretty impressive.
And his friends call him Bebe, the nickname his uncle gave him back in the day.
Here we go now.
10th carry now for Anderson. And he's going to get this one down to the 30. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Nice job by the defensive front there to hold him to a short gain on 1st down. Well played, I must say.
Yeah, only getting 1 yard. There was no room to run. And before they can get settled in here, time expires on the 1st quarter of action. 7-all is the score. And we're back to Arrowhead after this.
The NFL on EA Sports is presented by Snickers. You're not you when you're hungry. Snickers satisfies.
Back alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. It's Bronco football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd and 9 to start things out. Nine yards still remaining here to pick up the 1st on 2nd down.
Let's go.
Here's Simeon now on 2nd down. Over the middle this time to Fowler. And he's going to be stopped dead in his tracks. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They'll run it. Here's Anderson. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. He loses 4, and it brings up 4th.
And, partner, in a lot of short yardage situations, you'll see the linebackers step up into the gaps, what we call mugging the line of scrimmage, to make sure they take away all spaces, all creases. That one worked really well for them.
Now only needed a yard, instead went backwards. Now Brandon McManus for the Bronco field goal. This from 44 yards out, left hash. And McManus able to put it through. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front seven. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
After splitting the uprights, McManus to kick it away. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Now a play fake here on first down. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
And the big guy catches the ball out of the backfield, and oftentimes it's quite a surprise to the guys playing defense because not ordinarily thought as a pass catcher, it often works when they decide to dial it up.
A toss play to Hunt. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
Partner, you mind if I take off this headset and put on a coaching headset?
You want to get this running game going?
I want to get this running game going. I'm going down there and saying, gentlemen, we have got to run the football. We've got to get it going right now.
Yeah, to this point in the second quarter, it has been a struggle. They'll run again with Hunt. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That one good for 12 yards into Kansas City first.
We use the word relentless a lot with guys who are aggressive on the field. In this case, it really fits, doesn't it? How about his ability to break tackles and his feet never stop moving?
They go play action here on first down. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. 23 yards on the play.
I do have to admit, I like it when it all comes together. When the top part, catching the football, right, whether you're catching it with your hands or cradling it, comes together with the legs. In this case, the feet, doing a little toe tap to stay in bounds and complete the catch.
And a great job by our crew on the camera shot. Love when you see the grass or on the field turf, those rubber pellets flying up. Great catch. Smith going to give this one to Hunt. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. Smith with a give to Hunt down to the 25. Give him 3 yards, and now they're left needing a conversion here on 3rd and 6.
I do know from experience that when you slow down someone's running game, you're now doing the dictating on defense. And guess what? Now you're getting ready to tee off on their quarterback because they have to throw it all the time. But you still have to be alert for the draws and other plays of that nature to make sure you don't get hurt.
They'll run it now. This is Charkandrick West. And he'll maybe get back to the line of scrimmage, but no more than that. No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down. And he got off the end there very quickly to make that play.
Yeah, it was almost like the bullet train, wasn't it? I mean, just zoom. Quick, quick, quick. And what a terrific play, holding them to no gain.
So on 4th down, Andy Reid decides to send in the field goal unit. From the left hash mark, this a 43-yard attempt. And Butker able to put this one through. And that will knot us up at 10. So it goes down as an 8-play drive, and they cap it with the field goal.
Yeah, they were able to pick up a few first downs along the way, but they couldn't keep the momentum going all the way into the end zone.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. Cody Latimer now on the return. Now a hit and a loose football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line.
As that ball got away from him, and he saw the opposing team recover it.
You felt his pain?
Oh, I felt his pain, and you know what was going through his head. Tuck it away. Take care of the ball. All the things he hears all week in practice, he didn't carry it over into the game.
So they need to determine if that knee was down before the ball was coughed up.
And they also wanted to make sure that the ball was possessed as they were going through, that the ball wasn't working its way free before the knee hit the ground.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Let's go. Green 39.
To throw is Simeon. Sanders has it over the middle. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Both Sanders and his running mate, Demaryius Thomas, have been over 1,000 yards each the last 3 seasons. Demaryius Thomas takes care of a lot of stuff downfield. Emmanuel Sanders likes to work inside the margins.
Great compliment for each other, aren't they?
Yeah, they work very well together.
On 2nd down, Anderson. And he's got some space here. And he'll be brought down just shy of the 45. Call it a gain of 4 there, but those yard markers a ways away here. 3rd down coming up.
That's a really good job right there. Just kept stringing that play out, pushing him further and further towards the sideline. Really good fundamentals by that defense.
He was trying to put his foot in the ground and turn upfield. He just couldn't.
No, they really had a picket fence in front of him. No room to find to get upfield.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Third and long. It's Simeon. He's going to launch this thing. That's caught inside the 20. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Demaryius Thomas, 56 yards. And the Broncos have broken the tie. And that time, he came out of the slot for that big play downfield for the score.
I think what we just saw there, partner, was what we call scheming a guy open. Put him in the slot, know that he has tremendous speed. What you're doing with your other receivers is likely running shorter routes to draw the attention closer to the line of scrimmage, to give him a chance to get downfield and turn it into a one-on-one route, often against the safety. You like your odds when he's running against the safety. His speed usually wins, and it did on that play.
He's got it as they go up by a total of 17-10. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. That's fielded in the end zone. Spins by. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but bottom line, his team's losing. They got to fix something.
And it starts with him. He has to keep that little quarterback strut going right now to make sure that his team sees him as confident. Continue to try and up his game, but just let him know, hey, if I'm around, if I'm the one calling signals and throwing the football, just follow me, we'll get there. Sometimes that will do more to elevate a team than anything else.
See if he has that confidence. On first down, it's Smith. Throwing over the middle, and it's incomplete. Kareem Hunt is running back, the intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down. Well, Charles, peeking back at Week 7 of the NFL season, as always, had some top performances. You and I were discussing Zeke Elliott off air, 3 touchdowns, 147 yards rushing. Who else did you like?
Oh, I liked Eddie Jackson in Chicago. The rookie free safety out of Alabama. 2 defensive touchdowns, over 75 yards each. That's an NFL record. I'm sorry, Ms. Jackson. Eddie's for real.
And then Amari Cooper over 200 yards and 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, he finally broke out. All we were talking about heading into that game was what's going on with Amari Cooper. Is he being targeted enough? Is he catching the ball enough? What's going on? Well, he broke out in a big way and announced his presence with authority once again.
The Chiefs on third down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd and 8. From the gun, here's Smith. They're able to locate Wilson. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now Hunt. Room here to run. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
Smith on first down. To the right side, it's Kelsey. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. A very solid gain of 27.
Well, coaches always talk about finding balance on offense. I don't think you get much more balance than this. Big-time run, big-time pass.
A 1-2 combination. Looked pretty good.
How about that? Let's see if they can continue to take that kind of a punch, though.
Smith going to leave it to Hunt on the draw. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive. And once again, they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short gain.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll take this one down near the 15. He'll pick up only a yard there, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and 7.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
To throw on 3rd down. Smith. And he's got it. And he takes this into the end zone for a Chiefs touchdown. Demetrius Harris, a 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
The big fella was the recipient there for that touchdown pass, and it seems like more and more the tight end is the guy you have to worry about most in the passing game.
Butker on for the PAT. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that drive takes him down the field in 8 plays. And it's capped off with a Kansas City touchdown. So a tie ball game here as the kick's away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Here's the Denver offense now as they get set to take over here. And Charles, the way touchdowns have come so fast and furious for both sides of this thing, it's starting to feel a little bit more like maybe a tennis match in a football game. Yeah, I like your description there. Maybe we're sitting in a nice royal box watching this type of a game. But let's face it, right now, the way it's going back and forth, it's going to come down to who can get a stop. They run the counter now. It's Anderson. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Well, that play was doomed right from the start. They just about ran into every defender on that one, didn't he? It felt like everyone got a piece of that tackle. To throw on second is Simeon. On the right side, caught by Green. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position. The tight ends have created so many tough matchups now. If you can't run with a tight end as a linebacker, this is going to be the result every time.
Third down now. It's C.J. Anderson. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. Calling no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
I know it's the first half, but it's still hard to curb the enthusiasm for that stop. 3rd and 1, and the offense can't get there. The defensive team has got to feel very good about themselves. Great job out leveraging the offense.
Here's Riley Dixon now. So 2 minutes to go in a wild first half. We're back to Arrowhead after this. A reminder coming up here at halftime. We'll ship you off to Orlando. Larry Ridley will have first half highlights and analysis.
LR, plenty to show in this one.
Going to be a busy man at intermission. Here's Riley Dixon now as he'll kick it away for the second time. And a nice job here to down this one right on the 5-yard line. Now the Chiefs offensive unit ready to do battle again. Last time they were out here, they had the benefit of good field position, led to a touchdown. This time, they're going to have to work for it.
They are, but with that last drive that culminated in a touchdown, I think they carry that confidence into this one. Doesn't matter where you start with the football now, they have to feel great about their opportunity.
And not great starting field position here for the offense. They'll begin the drive with Hunt. They find some open field here. And they'll get him down up past the 15. Trying to find some space to operate, and now they'll have it. A gain of 12, a big first down to get away from the end zone.
I guess it's good we can't really read the mind of the defensive coordinator now, huh?
Had him pinned back there deep, give up that run. Can't be happy.
Yeah, whatever is in his mind right now, we probably couldn't say over the air.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. He's got Wilson, middle of the field. And they'll get him down here at the 23. A gain of 6 there on first.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
To throw on second down is Smith. And it's caught over the middle. Wilson. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead. As it comes with 22 seconds to go here in half number 1. And we're back. The offense had a chance to talk things over. We'll see what they come up with here on this next play. Fresh set of downs here. A shotgun snap for Smith. Throw left side, taken in by Hill. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. So here we go, 1st and 10 now. Again, Smith. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
Brandon, it looked like he had his hands on it for a moment, but let's face it, that was going to be a tough catch all the way because of the presence of the defense right there as he was trying to haul it in.
Yeah, nice job to force the incompletion. Second down here after the incomplete pass. Here's Smith. Going to throw again. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And they'll burn the timeout with 5 seconds left. A chance to try to add 3 points before heading to the locker room. So the offense took the timeout. Looks like they're ready to go as we get set to resume the action. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime. Made his first. This now from 46 yards away. And his kick is good. Not by much. It was leaking oil in the end, but he tucks it in the bottom right corner. And with that, they take the lead here 20-17. So they get the field goal here at the end of the second quarter and take the lead into the lockers.
And isn't that what every team wants to do? Right at the end of the half, put points on the board and go into the locker room feeling a lot better about themselves.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This one taken from the 7. So we've come upon halftime here in Arrowhead with the Chiefs on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando as we check in with Larry Ridley and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Okay, Brandon, thanks, and welcome everyone to our EA Sports Halftime Report. Let's get to the highlights. The Chiefs are happy to be in front right now and just want to play 2 more solid quarters. The Broncos just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. All right, let's roll those highlights. Down to the middle of the first. Hill's wide open down the field. And he'll go in for the score as they get out to a 7-0 lead. Broncos on offense, first quarter winding down. They run it with C.J. Anderson. And he capped off the long drive with the TD. We're tied back up at 7. Broncos with the ball midway through the second. Thomas has got nobody around him on the deep pass. And this 2-play drive goes for a touchdown. Now 1st and 10. Broncos is up now by 7. Smith's on target here. Chiefs have it later on the drive. And he won't be brought down until he makes it to the 18-yard line. The former Ute, Alex Smith, finding his mark in coverage. And it leads to a touchdown.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these 2 teams as we come back for this second half. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Here comes the Broncos offensive unit here as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall, I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. The third quarter starts with a run from Anderson. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be second down.
Offensive linemen love creating space for their guys carrying the ball, but when that guy also breaks tackles and creates extra yardage, they almost feel like he's one of them, and they really embrace him.
Second down, here's Simeon. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Emmanuel Sanders, the intended receiver. And it's third down.
Well, they're slinging it, and then there's one you got to put a timer on, huh? I mean, that one came in hot.
That came in hot, but overthrown out of his reach and incomplete. The Broncos on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Simeon. Oh, I can't hang on to it. Almost intercepted. They would have loved the first pick of the game there, but at least it does get them to 4th down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Here's Riley Dixon now as he's on to punt for Denver. Fielded at the 20. Well, he wasn't too far from breaking that. Officially, give him 15. And it's Chiefs football, 1st and 10. Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it?
Right.
Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
On 1st and 10, Smith. Caught out left side by Robinson. Nice play for Kansas City, picking up the first 18 yards that time.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Back to throw, Smith. And he finds a man with a crossing route. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense. And reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? That sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. And now a first down following that long gain. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And that's caught by Thomas for a Kansas City touchdown. DeAnthony Thomas, a 22-yard touchdown grab. And the Chiefs are able to grow their lead. And a great example there, just getting the feet in a tough spot. It seems like every year these guys get better at this.
Well, I think the drills get better that they work on, training camp, off-season work, OTAs. But also a lot of these guys have dance backgrounds, ballet backgrounds, and they take that and carry it over to the football field.
And there's going to be a stoppage here. The booth wants to take another look at this potential touchdown.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field stands.
Butker now to add the extra point. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Butker now to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. And Denver getting set to take the field. And down on the scoreboard, certainly needing to avoid what happened on the last drive, punting the football.
Sense of urgency has to take over for them here. They know the score. They know the situation. And by the way, the punter no longer exists for their offense. That's how they have to treat this drive.
They need points.
Big time.
First down throw, Simeon firing quickly here, and that's complete. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understand just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And what a really nice gain right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
The gun, Simeon. He's going to loft one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. They give him a gain of 37. And at this stage, down in the second half, looks like they just wanted to find a way to get it in the hands of their playmaker, and they did.
I think you're exactly right. I don't think the coordinator's looking at his play sheet and trying to figure out which play will work well. He's trying to figure out how to get the ball to the playmaker that you just described. Looking down at that sheet, you find people plays, not necessarily X's and O's, and that's exactly what they did there.
So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. And his throw is incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver. And it's second down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open. And this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. On 2nd and 10, Simeon got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he'll be knocked down sideways. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 7.
Here we go now. 3-19.
Simeon throwing again. And that is caught. Touchdown, Denver. Virgil Green, an 18-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos have cut it to within a score. Sometimes those tight ends are a mismatch. They found the mismatch there.
And that's exactly why you want to draw up those types of plays, because coverage is just going to go to the natural guys, the guys that make the big plays on the outside. But if you work your tight end into it, that's a tough one for a defense to handle.
Tough. They couldn't handle it. It worked out for 6. Now McManus to tack on the extra point. And the lead is down to a field goal now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Alex Smith and company heading back out there now. How do you think he personally is evaluating his game so far? He was pretty good in the first half, been good so far here in the 3rd quarter. He's got to like it, right?
Not looking for the dramatics here. Not trying to set the world on fire in terms of stats. It's almost like you're driving. Hands at 10 and 2, alert for anything out there, watching for trouble on the road, and making sure you get the team home.
The bus driver. See if he can drive the bus here again on this drive. On the run, this is Hunt. And he'll get about 3 as he takes this up near the 25.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Wilson. And he'll go out of bounds across the 35-yard line. Give him 13 yards there and a Kansas City first down. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And the offense lining up 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Smith. And some room to work. Room to run past midfield. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another big gainer that time. This one goes for 19 yards. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now it's Hunt. And he's got room. 12 more yards there and another 1st down.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. Smith turns and gives to West. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
And they still need 8 yards for the first here on 2nd down. They'll try the air now with Smith. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Shaquille Barrett coming on the blitz. He gets him for a loss of 7.
Now, we talk about players blitzing all the time. I often laugh and sometimes call it just straight-ahead pursuit. What a running start right back to the backfield for him.
Yeah, it really didn't give anybody a chance to get up there and stop him.
No, I mean, that's really, really difficult. You're asking a whole lot anyway, but when he gets that kind of a start and comes through clean, oftentimes the advantage definitely goes to the defensive player.
So the sack of Smith, and now the Chiefs coming up facing 3rd and long. From the gun, Smith, complete, the tight end Kelsey. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. It'll be a gain of 12, but it will also lead to 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
So now the field goal unit trots out there for the 3rd time tonight. From the left hash, it's a 42-yard attempt. And the kick by Butker is good. And that will double their lead as it's up to 6. So 3 field goals for him here, and this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
And he's been solid as usual. And this is what you need to do. Make sure you get points out of every possession. And so far, they've done a nice job of that.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Trevor Siemian and the Broncos heading back out. He's played well. Good first half. He's continued that here in the 3rd quarter. But my question, when you're a head coach, what do you look at stat line-wise for your coach? Do you go right to turnovers?
You really do. As much as coaches don't want to talk about that, that's where it starts. When I played in college, our first rule for every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. And that's kind of how they judge you. Do you take care of the ball, not turn it over, keep it in the proper hands, and give your team a chance to win?
Well, that's what he's done here in this one so far. Now a play fake here on first down. He's going to loft one deep left side here. That's caught inside the 20. A big play there on third down for the Broncos. 56 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year, when the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
This time. They run with Anderson. He's been the bell cow tonight. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. C.J. Anderson, his second touchdown of the night. And the Broncos are an extra point away from taking the lead.
Well, 2 touchdowns scored. I know his team's happy. His coaches are happy. How about the fantasy owners of this game?
Always happy with 2, but they'd like 3 or 4. McManus now for the extra point. And that one puts them on top here in the third. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. So now here are the Chiefs as their offense makes their way back out onto the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. They go play action here on first down. He's going to go for a big play. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A very nice pickup of 33 yards.
Now, that play will end up on the highlights, and you'll see it all over the place. But what you won't see, the offensive line that bought the extra time, that allowed for the big completion downfield, those guys made that play possible.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. To throw is Smith. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The Chiefs have got the passing game rolling a bit, and another first down. 5th catch of the game for him there.
Yeah, and the tight end position is now becoming a volume pass catcher. Used to be occasional, right, safety valve. Throw one to him every so often, but mainly they want him out there to block. Nowadays, an integral part of the passing game, and they create such great mismatches that they often become the leading receiver.
First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Here's Smith on the option left. And he probably should have given that one off as he's going to get hit and taken down behind the line. That'll be a loss of 4 yards on the play. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 14. Smith now to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Travis Kelce, the Pro Bowl tight end, the intended target. And that'll make it 3rd down.
The effort's always going to be there. Everyone's always going to try and make a catch, but underthrown balls, I think, are the toughest ones to come back and get because usually your momentum's going in the opposite direction when you're trying to stop, break, and come back and get it.
The Chiefs on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 14. From the gun, here's Smith. And this one is incomplete.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
So they'll turn to the kicker again. He's been a busy man thus far. It'll be spotted on the right hash. A 52-yard attempt. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And with that, the lead changes hands here. The 4th time here they're able to escape with at least 3 points.
And this last one gives them the lead, so they've needed all of these field goals to be in the position they are.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This is taken at his 4. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. Now this Broncos offensive unit ready to head back out onto the field. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down.
Yeah, let me puff out my chest a little bit, even though I'm not rooting for either team. That was a really nice defensive play. It's awfully fun to watch, even in an offensive game.
Movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Not easy being a rookie left tackle in this league, and there they got him for the penalty.
Not easy at all. Think about what you're dealing with every game you play. Ostensibly, the best pass rusher is over you on every snap. I'd be a little jumpy myself.
Here's Simeon now on second down. His throw incomplete.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
The Broncos on third down. They've hit 4 of 7. This is 3rd and 17. A shotgun snap for Simeon. And this is going to be incomplete.
Partner, the way this offense has marched up and down the field during this game, it's almost a surprise to see an incomplete pass on third down, isn't it?
Yeah, they have had their foot on the gas all game long, but here finally stalling out. Here's Riley Dixon now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. This is brought in at the 21. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Alex Smith and the offense heading out for their next possession. He has been consistent, hasn't he? He played well in the first quarter, good second quarter, and now continuing that here in the third.
And that's the word that they're always seeking from the guy taking the snaps, is consistency. Taking care of the ball, making sure it gets to the right people, no errors, right? Not turning it over, and just doing all the right things. That's leadership, and it inspires confidence in a team.
Yeah, been a good leadership and a good distributor. They'll start with Hunt on the ground, and he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
I saw Von Miller in college at Texas A&M, and all I kept hearing about was his speed off the edge to the quarterback. But what impressed me, his balance and his ability to take on blocks and be a force in the run game, as we just saw there.
And the offense moving in the wrong direction here now as they face a 2nd and 12. Movement there on the offensive line, a little quick, and a 5-yard penalty.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves him back 5. They run again with Hunt, and some room to maneuver. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. It'll be a gain of 15 on the play, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Look, the first down marker is out there, but sometimes it's hard to find for an offense when they're in a long yardage situation, which usually means throw the football. In this case, they went against the tendency and ran it, and boy, the reward was there. A big, big pickup. And guess what? It's now 3rd and very short in order to try and pick up a 1st down.
On 3rd down, that's Hunt. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
So they pick up the 1st down after the run, and now they approach for the fresh set. They'll toss it to Hunt. So a loss of 5, and it'll be 2nd down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one. Maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
Final minute now of the third quarter. They'll run it here with Hunt. Looking for an opening, not much there. He'll get it to the 39. He'll get 2 yards back, but it's going to leave him with a long 3rd and 13.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive, and like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. Third and long, it's Smith. And he is going to be taken down. And that should be the final play of this third quarter. So both offenses come to life here in this third quarter as this is shaping up for a good finish. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. We're back now in KC. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Kansas City. Oh, able to avoid him. A good kick, 49 yards, just 3 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Denver getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
First down, it's Simeon. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Unable to connect on the first down pass play. Now it's second down. Now it's Simeon. Fights loose. They'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 11. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
The crowd's not doing that O-line any favors.
Home field advantage is really kicking in, making it very difficult for them to hear the snap count.
The Broncos on third down. They're at 50%, 4 for 8. This is 3rd and 16. Off the play fake to Charles. This is Simeon. Now Simeon stripped. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Chiefs. And he has brought this one back. A fumble recovery for a Chiefs touchdown. This was a close game. They needed a little breathing room. Boy, they got it right there on that return for a touchdown.
Yeah, we would say that this could be huge. Forget it. It was huge. Gave them a comfortable lead.
Butker on for the PAT. And that makes it a 9-point game. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way. The fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as he'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This is fielded at the goal line. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. And they've got to be still reeling from the events of a moment ago. What a turn on that last play.
You're knocking on the door. You're about to take it in. You think you're going to get some points on the board. Instead, you cough it up and watch them take it the rest of the way to the opposite end zone. That's a 2-score swing that you just gave up.
Simeon on first down. Sanders has it over the middle. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Just 2 yards to go here on second down for the offense. Now Simeon. To the sideline, and it's caught, but boy, he's out of bounds. And they try to get him into space coming out of the backfield, but it'll be third down.
That was a nice catch, but unable to stay in bounds. And remember, it wasn't a wide receiver who works on that all the time.
I was going to say, he likes to get the ball handed to him. Now, don't get me wrong, he's part of the passing game as well, but maybe a little out of his comfort zone there.
Yeah, he might want to have a few words to say to us about that later, but I am still going with you on that one. Wide receivers work on a little bit more.
Simeon. He's got his man here. It's Green. And they're able to convert on third with a solid gain of 23. And in a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every third down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to third down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
So after that big play, let's see if they can catch their defense maybe on their heels. On 1st and 10, Simeon. And caught right side, Green. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. Second down to the offense in search of 6 yards. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
So that'll back him up 5. From the 50, it's Simeon. And he gets it to C.J. Anderson. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. It's a big play there for the Broncos. 49 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right away because they have the matchup advantage.
First and goal, they'll look to smash it in. Maybe a quarterback sneak here. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. To the air again, Simeon. And he fins it, feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. Allen Bailey in there to get him for his second sack of the night.
Well, surprise, surprise. First and goal at the 1. No quarterback sneak. No running play. They decide to throw for it, but the pressure got to him quickly and put the quarterback down.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. To throw on second is Simeon. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Virgil Green, a beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game. And the Broncos draw a bit closer.
I know Paul Revere talked about by land or by sea, right? You know, 1 by land, 2 by sea. He didn't mention air because right now we're seeing a big-time performance, aren't we? That's 2 touchdowns so far in this game.
Where'd you pull that one from?
And, you know, every now and then I actually listened in history class.
And you're just a scholar all the way around. You're reading all the time. I like that you fit that into the broadcast.
You know, I just grab a nugget when I can.
So this drive spans 7 plays, and it culminates in a touchdown by the Broncos. Now McManus on to kick this one off. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of the ball, right? Maybe milk some clock, limit the possessions. In this case, they might want to do the same thing but control the game offensively. Put together some first downs, put together a drive, and keep it away from them.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They go play action to Hunt. Now Smith. And he's going to be out of bounds right at the 40. Give him 15 yards on that one. Kansas City has a first down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
First down, Smith. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, huh?
Second down following the incompletion. Now Smith throwing again. Wide open receiver complete. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. So they escape, so to speak, maintaining the football. Defensively, though, opportunity miss.
It definitely was, because that's all defenses talk about. Getting the football and either advancing it the other way or just getting possession and turning it over to their offense. That can be a little bit deflating. You're exactly right. A lost opportunity.
Now a first down throw. It's Smith. It's caught on the right side by Robinson. And brought down, but able to get it to their 30-yard line. 10 more there and another first down.
These guys are running offense like you drive. The pedal is down, stomped down. How about that? Back-to-back completions. They are rolling.
So much for being conservative and running that football. Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Here's Hunt. And he went nowhere. Well, he went backwards. Back to the 33. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They'll run. This is Hunt. And a 5-yard gain as he's down inside the 30 to the 28-yard line.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark. Got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line has executed well today to try and get him over 100 yards.
Throwing on third down, Smith. He hits West underneath. And he was able to shed the tackle, but the reserves come in for the stop. It's a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up a fourth down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And Butker able to put this one through. And that will push the lead up to 5. So yet another field goal to end a drive. That has been a very common theme. He's now hit 5 of them in this game.
Yeah, Brandon, as an offense, you hate that you've had to call on your kicker so often. But you have to love the fact that time and time again, he's come through.
After the field goal, here's Butker to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Now we look at C.J. Anderson as he trots back out there and gets set to go on offense. He's toppled the century mark already receiving the football, closing in on that on the ground, too. They've really had trouble handling him.
I think from what we've seen in this game, his success through the air has started to open things up for him on the ground because now he's loosened up the defense, right? They've got to play just about every snap as if another receiver can get downfield on them, and he's been that receiver. Now they bring him back to the backfield. I think his yardage running the ball will increase as this one goes on.
Well, they might need to devote some extra attention to him, something just to stop the momentum he has. Simeon over the middle, complete. That's Sanders. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or?
Better against man, because now you're running away from someone and you're not running into a defensive player in another zone.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Play fake to Anderson. Now Simeon. Looking left sideline, incomplete. Demaryius Thomas, the intended receiver, and it's 3rd and short.
Had the right idea there, trying to throw it to the sideline, but he let him just a little bit too much, trying to get it out to his receiver. Ends up falling to the ground, incomplete.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. Here it's 3rd and 3. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive.
Someone's been having a good game so far, and you know something? A lot of it's been power running. They decided to turn him loose again on 3rd down, didn't they?
They did indeed. He delivered the tough yards. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground.
Let's go. Green, 39.
From the gun, here's Simeon. And he's taken down, a Chiefs sack. Derek Johnson coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Second down, here's Simeon. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you execute a drag or a crossing route really well and give them a chance to let it develop a little bit, you can gain some significant yardage hitting your tight end on that one.
The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 11.
Let's go. 3-19.
On the draw, Simeon gives to Charles. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. Losing 2 yards that time, and now it's 4th down.
So, Brandon, when this offense gathers together to watch tape for this game, they're going to be feeling pretty good about themselves until the coaches get upset about the play we just saw. But you know their defense is going to be. But we put up big points all game long. The defense is going to win one every now and then.
Here's Riley Dixon now. He's been terrific so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Chiefs are going to take over with a long field ahead and a 1st and 10. Kareem Hunt and the rest of the offense making their way back out there. He is knocking on the door for 100 yards in this ball game.
And it's so important. It doesn't seem like it's that big of a deal. Just short of it, a little bit over. A little bit over feels better to everyone. Offensive line, running back, team totals, just something magical about breaking that barrier.
He's right there on the doorstep now. now out of the gun. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. An 11-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Chiefs first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. A shotgun snap for Smith. On target over the middle to Hill. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. 2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving. So they're leading. They have possession of the football, and certainly this is where they just want to milk the clock. They'll run it now out of the gun. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing. Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run with Hunt. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And now right out of the 2-minute break, we'll get a timeout used defensively with 1:56 to go. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. And the Broncos go to a nickel set on 3rd down. Yeah, they've got an extra DB out there. They'll run it with West. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause in the action. A timeout here defensively. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Dustin Colquitt now as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight.
Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And now a fair catch called for, and he'll indeed take it at about the 6-yard line. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And it'll be 1st and 10 Broncos from deep in their own territory. Very tough spot here for the offense to start. They'll look to throw. Catch here, left side, Thomas. And he's taken down, but able to get this up to the 20-yard line. Give him 14 yards there and a Denver first down. He's back to throw. And he's got it, complete to Fowler. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It didn't check off every box, but the most important one. Got the clock stopped, getting out of bounds. They may be a little short of the first down, but I thought that was the key.
Back to throw. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line. A first down as it's Simeon with a hook up to Sanders. First down. Here's the run with Anderson. And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sanders. And that one results in 35 yards. They got exactly what they wanted there. Out route, catch, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
And I have to criticize defense here because you know the situation. You want to keep them inbounds and have the clock run. So I'm sitting on the outside portion of the field and not letting them throw an out route. Throw anything inside and I'll make the tackle. An out route? That's not the way you're supposed to play it.
Back to throw. And incomplete. He was trying to get it off to Jamal Charles there. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Let's face it, you can run the route tree as many times as you want, get in sync, practice it, do all those things. But once you get to game speed, it doesn't always time up quite that well. That one goes incomplete.
2nd down now after the incompletion. Simeon now to throw. And he gets it complete to Latimer. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call.
False start, offense.
That's going to set him back 5 yards. First down and goal. The offense knocking on the door.
Let's go! Green 39!
Now it's Simeon. Going underneath for Charles. And he is out of bounds, getting it down to the 10. That'll bring up 2nd and goal after the gain of 5.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Here we go now! Green 39! Green!
Now Simeon. And this is caught. Touchdown. And they've taken the lead here in the final minute.
people are watching this one right here who gave up because that score, they might want to try and rush back into this stadium.
Yeah, what looks like is going to be the game-deciding score, although a little bit of time left, so you can't count your chickens before they're hatched.
Well, they better come back in here and watch this one because you and I, we're not going anywhere. We want to see this one play out.
All right, here we go.
Simeon trying to drop one in, but it's incomplete. So they're unable to stretch it to a 3-point lead. Now you got to be careful on the kickoff because the field goal obviously beats you.
Definitely, and that's why they went for 2. They wanted to make sure a field goal wouldn't beat them. Now they're in a position where they've got to cover well and make sure they don't get into range and put one through the posts.
Now McManus on to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 6. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now here comes Kansas City. So you're right there, but obviously the clock is not your friend. How do you handle this situation?
You're thinking 2 plays. One, to get yourself in position for the second one, whether you're able to get into field goal range or you have to try another deep pass, another Hail Mary, but you're trying to get the first one to a receiver, get out of bounds, and give yourself a chance to set things up for an easier shot at it.
Let's see if they can do it. Might be easier said than done. Smith now to throw. And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. Albert Wilson, the intended receiver there. And now it's second down. Now Smith. He's going to dump this off to his running back, Hunt. And before they can run this third down play, we're going to get a timeout, as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game. So the offense takes the timeout, and they are back out and ready to rock. And the offense in that middle ground here on third down, 5 yards to go. Now it's Smith. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. It's Chris Harris with a pick. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown. And so much for the game-winning 2-minute drive. I think that interception return there pretty much seals the deal.
And one thing to keep in mind, in this situation with the score that close, defense isn't backing off and just giving you easy throws. They're playing aggressively as well, and they end up picking that one off and sealing the deal for themselves.
Now McManus for the extra point. And it would appear they're going to get out of here with a come-from-behind victory. A heck of a play there defensively, getting the interception, navigating his way into the end zone for the touchdown. So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This will be fielded at the 8. So some drama down at the very end of this ball game, Charles, on that final kickoff. They were open to break free, some sort of miracle play, but they couldn't do it.
They had a chance, and that was their only opportunity to try and bring it all the way back. As you noted, they weren't able to get that done, but at least they had the shot. What a tremendous game to be this close and this well contested.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. With that, we say good night from Kansas City.